materials all the way to fundamental books, instructional books at school. I'm sure some of you use the Hal Leonard you have Alfred, but there's a great company too. Anyway, everybody got one of these today, and I want to thank all the performers that are here today. I'd like to thank Megan Reed, and I'd like to thank the Barnes & Noble store. Scott Osborne back here. Thank you for your organization of it, and all the performers and parents for your patience and all. And Miss Camille, Raven, and from Fuquay School. Anybody here from any of the other schools? Any of their? Okay. Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. Practice Personalities. It took about a year to write this book, and I, over a period of 25 years of teaching, observed over 1,000 students and interviewed over 1,000 students. That's a lot of students. Think about that. How many do you have in your school at Fuquay? How many would you have? Total, just everybody.
Oh, everyone? Oh, Christina, give me the number.
How many? 53. Okay, that's great. Well, you can imagine about twice that size of the school, of your school. Interviewed over the period of 25 years. A lot of the students didn't even realize they were being interviewed and observed and everything. I realized that there were no two students that were alike in their personalities and everything. They all had different personalities. And I realized that all these years I was teaching using like one or two ways of teaching instead of using different strategies of teaching students. And I realized that there must be a different way to reach students and effectively. And so I came up with this book. The book has a CD in the back of it that has practice ideas and to help with your instrument. And it's a universal approach. It reaches every instrument there is. Even though I particularly play the piano, the violin, and the guitar, those are the primary instruments I teach. I teach in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm from Nashville. I direct a group called the Nashville Suzuki Players, and we've toured over 10 states, and we played at Disney World, played all over the place, and it's learned a lot over the years. You know, teaching teaches you how to learn how to teach. Teaching, you learn a lot from your students and things like that. So, anyway, this tells you what's your type. I've identified 9 practice personalities, and these personalities. Rarely does one person have one personality. I heard one of the parents talking about that they, on any given day, they might have a lot of personalities and things like that. But this book will really help you to practice students, can help musicians, teachers, parents to practice at home, and effectively and efficiently be able to use your time very, very wisely in practicing. So, with a raise of hands, how many people here are students like that study some musical instrument? Just raise your hand. All the people here, including anybody back here too. Anybody? Just raise your hand. Okay. Now, how many people are teachers? I know we have one teacher. Is anybody else here that's a teacher? Teacher here? Anybody else? Okay. And then parents. Raise your hand. All the parents. And did you all any parents raise your hand that have played a musical instrument or learned when you were younger or still do maybe? Anybody that plays as an adult today and plays a musical instrument, still plays a musical instrument. Anybody raise your hand? Anybody do? Oh no. Well, yeah. But anybody else? Does anybody else play as an adult? I mean, for fun, because you realize that only about 1 to 3% of the people that we teach, she may disagree with me on that, but about 1 to 3% of my students, that's a small number, will actually go on to do something professionally with it and do it. And a lot, but you know, we teach the love of music and the passion of music, and you can use it as a hobby, therapy, any kind of thing, just fun thing to do when you grow up and everything. So, okay, let's look at the challenges of practicing. We all know about the challenges of practicing. Everybody look around here. And obviously the busyness of life. Can everybody, I just want to, on one given day, I'm just going to pick somebody here from back here. Can you tell me on one given day, like how many different activities you do? A lot of different things, or just a couple of things? Right? Different things, like such as what kind of things? Uh-huh. Then you have your homework, right? But do you do any other kind of extracurricular activities? Okay. Well, I mean, there are some people I know that do like a whole bunch of things, and maybe this crowd that doesn't do a whole bunch of things, but there's a lot of